Ahoy, sailors! This is the BroTalk, the most randomic podcast with subjects to make you think a little bit. My name is Augusto.
And my name is Marcus, and today we are here to talk about anxiety.
We're anxious to talk about anxiety.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think so. We're not. Not in the bad way, I mean.
Before anything, drink it.
It's water.
Water. Why?
Because American is the best, man.
Where did the language start?
It doesn't matter.
It does.
America, man. America is the freedom country.
We're still
The
more
we say the American dream and not the British dream.
because you're dumb.
I'm kidding. No problem with your accent. Alright, so let's stop this.
I was going to say something, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, you can.
No, go on. Let's start the subject.
Let's stop fighting about.
Before people get anxious, for us to talk about.
Yeah. So, well, anxiety. Where would you start?
What makes you anxious?
What makes me anxious?
Yes. What makes you anxious?
Maybe talking to a large group of people, like hundreds of people.
Hundreds of people.
Yeah, it's kind of. I don't know, man. It's kind of spooky, you know. Had to go up there and talk to a lot of people. I've never done that to more than 100 people, but
I don't know.
think it would not be that good. It would make me a lot anxious.
There was a time when I was a child, I used to go to a church, and we were going to do a play, right? And I was going to be Jesus on the play, and the church is huge. I think the place would fit about 1,000 people or so, and I was freaking Jesus. So yeah, a lot of people. But
Yeah, now you reminded me about something. Do you know Caçula Becker?
yes,
I used to do theater and everything, so I think I had 2 or 3 plays there. But I was 10 or 11, and I don't know. I was good about it. I think I was traumatized after that, but that was a good play.
it's probably that there's something funny about anxiety, this kind of social anxiety. Just to tell you, Caçula Becker is, the theater here at our city.
Yeah.
And something nice, don't say nice, weird, it's better, is that for me it's easier to perform in front of many people than in front of 2 or 3 people.
Why?
No idea. It's easier for
Maybe
me.
it is because you can't give enough attention to every single one of them, so you don't even care. But if there are 2 or 3, you pay attention to all of them. And
Maybe.
kind of.
Maybe that's true. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know. But it's probably that. It's easier for me if I had to perform in front of 1,000,000 people. Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
But in front of 1, 2, 5 people, that's a problem. And I also have a problem with cameras. If I was talking to someone, right, just chatting, like we're doing here. Okay, nice. But if it's me and the camera, no, it's
It
complicated.
doesn't work very well.
Doesn't work very well.
I got you.
It's very complicated.
Yeah, I had this problem as well. It's kind of. You were talking to an object, and that's kind of strange. Yeah.
Someone passes by you and he's talking to no
He's talking to
one.
his phone. Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, I still can't do it when I'm walking in the street sometimes. Because I don't know, it's kind of strange. You just take your phone and do a
Walking
story.
and talking to your phone, it's
Yeah, it's kind
Crazy.
of crazy. Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. And we
can get the
think
hang of
people
it.
are looking at us, judging us.
Yeah.
And so we get shy about that. And that's some kind of anxiety, right?
Yeah, it is. For sure it is.
We are worried about what people are going to talk about us, think of us, and we don't do what we're supposed to, like recording a story.
Yeah, but that's not the most important thing. You don't have to prepare yourself to record a story, but maybe you are just not yourself on the streets, and that's kind of bad.
Yes, because we have our many personas,
Yeah.
the many eyes we have inside of us.
Yeah, man.
Because we have, the I show to people close to me. For example, I have one persona I show to you. There's the persona I show on the street. It's a completely different person. Then there's the persona, the I show to my patients. And there's the I no one knows, only I know. The so-called shadow.
Yeah, but that's normal for every single one.
Everybody has.
Yeah, it is.
Everyone puts on masks. And that's what makes people anxious. One of the reasons.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it masks every time, because I think it's normal because we are a social being and
Yes, and that's why
that's the way we interact.
that's exactly why I call masks. Because it is the way. Oh, I have to use this to wear this persona. Now I put it on. I perform.
Yeah, I got what you mean, but I think that the word masks, it kind of conveys a bad thing.
I don't know.
So this is why I don't like to use the word masks.
I got it, but I just disagree with you.
Okay, so you
Because
disagree because you don't think it means a bad thing.
bad thing,
Okay,
not all the time. That's right. But you're right, but also you're wrong. So that is that kind of situation. And that causes a kind of anxiety because sometimes people are so pushed to wear those masks to a point they don't know themselves anymore. That I, that only I know, it kind of stop existing. And the lack of touch, we don't get in touch enough with that person that lives inside of you, and then you start getting sick, mentally sick, and it comes to a point that you get physically sick. And then comes those times when the person start making examinations and tests to see what's wrong with them, and then the doctor comes, oh hey, you gotta go to a psychiatrist, to a psychologist,
Yeah.
because you're mentally sick.
Yeah. And every sickness, it begins here on our mind.
I say the only health problems you might have that are not caused by your head is like, I don't know, if you're slip and fall and break an arm or a leg. Right?
Yeah.
Because all of them start here. Because if you stop to think, let's say you have heart attack. In most cases, they start because you didn't eat properly, you didn't exercise, you didn't sleep right, and then you start stressing too hard,
Yeah.
and then you have a heart attack and you die because of your head.
Gotcha.
People get obese because of their heads. People do those surgeries of stomach reduction. I don't know the English thing for that. And you see, they get slim for a while and then they get back fat again. Sometimes they get fatter than they were before the surgery
Yeah.
because
they
their
can't
head
control-
didn't change.
Yeah, for sure.
They have the same head, the same psychological problems. And then sometimes the person might be going to an obese state, but hey, let me interrupt this and receive treatment, psychological treatment, and sometimes they don't need surgery. They sometimes don't even need any medical intervention, not even medications or pills, anything. Just they change here, and you start maybe exercising, eating better, and then they get healthy again.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about
Mind control.
Mindset and everything.
A mindset. I hate this word.
Why?
Coaches.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is summarized to mindset. Oh, you're poor, you're starving to death because you live in freaking Somalia. Change your mindset. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it's not
At all.
Yeah, but
yes,
I have no problem about
it's the
mindset.
mindset.
Yeah,
It's the mindset. It's just that
yeah.
I remember coaches, not a problem of the world like you and masks. Just I remember coaches, and I want to tell them to do something else of life.
Why do you watch coaches, man?
I don't.
So why do you know that? I don't watch coaches.
Cause in my
They show
line of business,
There are a lot of
we
I
get
got
to interact them, and everything can be summarized on mindset.
But do you think that let's say American coaches are as bad as Brazilian ones?
Yes,
Okay.
that's something bad, and we see are going to get a round trip, and we fall back to anxiety. Keep listening.
All right.
Those guys, they usually pry on people's insecurities. Most of the times, people who go after coaches are anxious people.
Yeah. Okay.
They can't solve the problems by themselves, but they won't accept they need therapy. Could be holistic practices like I do, but psychologists or psychiatrists, and they want to change that by brute force. So they go after coaches, and anyone can be a coach. Anyone.
Yeah, I think so.
You don't have a regulation. I don't think you don't need to, because too many regulations cause problems. I don't like many regulations anyway. But what I mean is, I can just be a coach now. Everything you know well, you can coach it. Because what a coach is someone that trains the person to do something he knows very well. For example, a boxing coach. The guy teaches boxers how to fight.
Yeah.
Cool, no problem there. But there's some people, I'm not going to call names.
Yeah, you don't want to be sued.
No, not this kind of names, naming names, bad names.
Oh, alright.
I'm going to say they are stupid motherfuckers. No, not at all. Fly. I hate flies. I have this problem. I'm distracted. And these coaches come, which are not going to call stupid people. Not all coaches are bad people, but many are.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Right? They see those people's insecurities, and they promise to change those insecurities. But how do you convey a message that you are very successful? By showing you really make money.
Yeah, okay.
Right? How do you measure that the professional is well succeed? By how much money he makes. Right?
Alright.
It's kind of, at least for me, it's kind of obvious.
No, it is.
And then, how do these coaches get rich? They get rich selling people how to be rich like them, how to be like them.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, those are the scammers. And then there are the ones that go to quantum physics. And boy, I want to jump out of a bridge every time I hear someone talking about quantum physics.
Yeah, that's kind of bad.
I don't remember the name. It's a guy. He received a Nobel Prize in quantum physics. Real physicist. He has a very powerful sentence that is, when someone says he learned everything about quantum physics and quantum mechanics, it proves he knows nothing about quantum physics. Because no one actually knows what quantum physics is. Maybe those guys that sell quantum cures and everything are right, but the probability is exponentially bigger that they're just scamming people.
Yeah, because no one really
Really
knows.
I think there are some decent people that just call
For sure.
what they do is quantum. I think there are, some healing methods that involve quantum mechanics that actually work, but has nothing to do with quantum physics.
Yeah.
Nothing. Absolutely zero quantum physics in that. But that's the kind of point, because whenever someone says it's quantum, right? No one can disprove them. Not even physicists can disprove them, because no one actually knows. There are many things today that use real quantum physics, many applications of that.
Yeah.
But how can you say they're all? But as we think of quantum as something really, really advanced that no one has a real grasp, and someone says, I have it, oh boy,
Yeah.
you get credit out of it. And that's why I don't like coaches. Because the majority of them go into this quantum. They don't have an explanation for that. Oh, it's quantum. That's why. And they make people sicker. Because people with anxiety that can't accept the fact they need help,
Okay.
go to these people that I will release you or free you from that curse.
But they don't actually do it.
But they don't actually do it. They just pry on people's insecurities and see their money.
And at the end of the day,
They brainwash the guys,
yeah.
the poor guys in anxiety. They get worse, but think they're getting better.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's why I don't like coaches.
Yeah, I got you.
I said I was going to make a worldwide turn and go to anxiety.
Well, I didn't have enough interaction with coaches, so I've never paid attention to this.
It's messed up. It's really, really messed up.
Yeah, it is.
So that we come to a point, let's say in Brazil, coaches began to be a running gag, a sort of joke, because you're a coach.
Yeah,
Ha, ha.
everyone says that.
Everyone's a coach now.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of bad, but because there are good people there.
And that's the problem, because good people pay the price.
Yeah, exactly. That's the bad thing.
Just like my line of work, my therapies, my tools, let's say, it's so, let me even take my glasses off because it's so annoying. I get ashamed of my, my colleagues.
Yeah, I got you.
Because things they say, everything's so magical, so pure and pure bliss. No, it's not like that. So, and everything, they fold their hands in namaste, blah, blah, blah. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
I have to say a little fuck you or namaste. Because they don't have a clue what it means. They don't know what they're saying. They don't know how their practice works. Because, even though sometimes people think a holistic practice is something so magical, it involves magic and brightness and shiny lights and miracles, and it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, that's bad, but the same happens with every single profession.
everything.
Martial arts. We were talking about this some
Yes,
time ago.
someday we didn't record an episode about martial arts. But we didn't use it because it was
We didn't?
No, it
Oh
was the first
yeah, we
episode.
didn't.
We're going to record it again. We're going to record an episode about martial arts.
Yeah, that's it. Martial arts. The same happens with language learning. And
Language
everything.
learning. Oh, you don't have to learn grammar to learn English. Come on.
Yeah, you need. I think you need, but that's not.
You can't speak anything without grammar.
Yeah, but I think that you don't need to be. How could I say? 100% addicted to grammar.
Of course,
Because we're going to be too formal.
You can make it easier.
Yeah,
Cool.
because
But you can't say you don't need.
yeah, because it happened to me. I didn't pay a lot of attention to grammar,
Right.
but I knew how to form the
use it.
structure of phrases
Right.
and everything. All right, but you don't need to hold yourself a lot to grammar because you're going to be very formal, and sometimes you are going to be anxious about talking because
Yeah.
you feel like you can't have any mistake, and that's not really a true thing.
And sometimes you don't even dare to speak.
Yeah,
Because, oh my god, the phrase structure. You know, anyone who actually knows English listening to us will notice many mistakes. Many grammatical mistakes.
yeah, for sure.
But it's okay.
Yeah, and if you stop and go to watch some YouTube or any informal conversation, you're gonna see a lot of mistakes as well.
Yes,
So that's 100% normal.
and idioms and something like that.
Yeah,
And right, it's okay.
sometimes
Does the person talking to you can convey the message? Good.
good.
For example, let's talk grammar. Forming questions, right?
Yeah,
We start auxiliary verb, subject, verb, object. Right. Simple structure. Did you eat bread for breakfast today? Cool. Simple example.
yeah, I did.
Right. Simple, right? But I don't have to say. If I say, "Oh, you ate bread today," it's completely
Perfect.
wrong.
But that's perfect. That's
But I conveyed the message. You understood what I said to you.
yeah. And another thing, that's the way people say in normal English.
That's right.
Yeah,
Casual conversation.
it's not wrong on informal conversation, but it's wrong grammarly. Okay.
So if you're doing a test, okay, try to do it right, but you're talking
Yeah,
to other real people
for sure.
that don't speak properly too. So, no problem, no big deal. And as you said, it's a cause of anxiety because people get so anxious, they get attached so hard, they cling
Yeah,
to a particular thing that I must be perfect.
that's impossible.
It's impossible. Impossible.
Yeah,
And even some else, accents. You know,
it's not important at all.
if a British person actually listens to me, they'll say it's BS. It's horse shit.
Yeah,
Because it's not perfect.
yeah, it's not.
I don't live in England. I live in freaking Brazil.
Yeah, but it's completely understandable. So
Screw it, right?
yeah, maybe sometimes I'm talking to some guys. I try to talk to some people on Amigo, and then they try to that where do you think I'm from?
Right.
Those things. And most people say that maybe I'm from Europe, a country that they don't know, and some people just say that I'm from the US. I thought like, oh, okay, that's cool. My accent is not so heavy, but they'll never know where I'm from. I mean,
Yes, because you may be
Because-
from, rural America,
oh yeah,
Because
it
sometimes
doesn't matter.
people think, oh, maybe you're from a big city, like, New York,
Yeah,
Los Angeles, and they don't speak like that. So, he might be American, but it's not from those places. Maybe rural America.
yeah,
Maybe fucking Minnesota, right? some butthole nowhere, or Minnesota. Then you get, they have this accent there. Maybe just like that.
And if you start to take a look at different accents inside the US,
they differ a lot.
Yeah, they differ a lot. You're going to be amazed to see like Boston accent and New York accent.
Boston accent is closer to London accent, standard.
Yeah,
standard British.
Kind of.
They look a lot like British English,
for sure.
Basically the entire state of Massachusetts is like that, but Boston is heavier.
Yeah.
But as here in Brazil, let's take an example. Here we live in Pirassununga. We have an accent.
Yeah.
Our neighbor city, Leme, is completely different. When I came from Leme to Pirassununga, everyone asked, "Oh, you're from Leme, aren't you?" Everyone knew, because it's so heavily different. Everyone knew it's different. And if you go to Araras, the other city, it's completely different.
Yeah, kind of is. And just for you guys to know, Pirassununga and Leme are
neighbor cities.
It's like 15 minutes together, 15 to 20.
15 to 20 minutes. They are, I think, 21 kilometers.
Yeah, that's very, very close.
They're close cities. People do that kind of distance to go to work, basically.
For sure.
So much that I moved here, because I worked here.
Yeah, it's completely normal. And if you stop to look at, English doesn't have only the US and London, British English.
No.
They have New Zealand, Australia,
and
let's see.
Not South Africa, but
South Africa,
there's not only the English-speaking countries. If you get all the nationalities speaking English, like for example, Russians speaking English, it's something like it's very fun. I like Russian accent.
Have you played Metro 2033?
I know the game, but I never played.
They speak like that because they are Russians.
They speak like that because they're Russians.
Man, that's so good. I don't know.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
For example, I think what's the nation that speaks English funny as hell? I can't remember. Indian guys. They speak English like this, and it is very different the way they speak. It's so fun to listen to accents. Not that the accents funny, making fun of them, but accents are funny.
And they have a lot of slangs that are completely different.
Yes, and the Brazilian accent, speaking English, it is something like this. It's so weird. I hate Brazilian accent. I hate it.
Yeah, it's kind of. I would say messed up, but
no, not messed up, but it's. I think it's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, it is weird. Sometimes you have to. When you glitch and you have to turn in just to understand what the
oh wait, stop it.
Yeah.
That just put it in blocks.
Yeah, exactly.
And keep it's different.
It is, but that's
exotic.
Normal. That's completely normal.
It's completely normal, and you don't have to speak perfect, because when you see Americans trying to speak Portuguese, it's so weird.
It is.
We make fun of them because it's strange.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It's the same when you speak with our accent to them.
I think that it's more difficult to them to speak.
Yes, because Portuguese is. Yeah, I think it's the third most difficult language to learn.
It's very easier for us to pick up the sounds and speak the same as they speak than they do the opposite of it.
Because I think it looks like we have more consonants. Phonetically speaking.
Yeah.
More consonants, more vowels. If you get phonetically,
For sure.
It's completely different. I think the most difficult language to learn is Mandarin Chinese. The second is Arabic. And the third one is Brazilian Portuguese.
Oh, shit. But Mandarin Chinese because of the way they speak or because of the...
Everything.
Oh, okay.
The writing, the speaking. Because, every syllable has 4 base sounds. The accent would be something like ah. The same ah, and then ah
Shit.
for every syllable.
That's interesting.
So it's really, really difficult.
Yeah. It
Because
looks
if
like
you
it is.
change the tone, you change the word.
Interesting.
It's very interesting.
Wow.
It's really, really difficult. Any change in intonation changes the
Everything.
word and the meaning and screws with what you're speaking.
Shit. Alright.
And there's something because Mandarin, the translation I think is Beijing's language.
Yeah.
Because as Beijing is the capital, it's like the default Chinese.
Okay.
But neighboring cities don't speak anything like that. Not the accent, but sometimes the entire language differs.
Gotcha.
So it's really difficult. And you have Cantonese.
Yeah.
It's another language. They write the same, but they sound absurdly different. So that if you're speaking Cantonese and I'm Mandarin, we can only understand each other if you write and I give you to read and then you write back.
That's interesting, but it's kind of messed up.
Completely.
Because, shit. How? Okay.
So we don't have to be anxious to talk.
Yeah, the whole point was anxiety.
Anxiety.
And we started talking about language.
Yes, because it's important.
No, it is.
Because you kind of take out an entire knot in people's brain.
Yeah.
When you don't have the pressure. And that's something that causes anxiety. It's too much pressure. Too much. People are stressed every day because I have to get to work, because I have to live this life that I've seen on Instagram. Everyone knows Instagram is not real life. Everyone knows. But every single person wants to have that life. Because consciously, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Unconsciously, it's true. Because it's something nice about unconscious mind. There's no lies for unconscious mind. Our brain doesn't understand the word no. Have you ever seen those kind of exercises? You can't make, for example, a verbal exercise that you say, oh, I'm not going to worry. I'm not worried. I'm not going to... You start getting worried because your brain doesn't understand no.
It's like, don't think about monkeys.
Don't think about monkeys. Don't visualize a pink elephant with white dots.
With white what?
White dots.
Oh, okay.
You see
Messed
the
up.
fucking elephant.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Because your brain doesn't know the word no.
Yeah. That doesn't exist.
When you say, oh, this model, she doesn't live like that. Her body is not that perfect. What your unconscious mind understands. Her life is perfect. Her body is perfect. I want that.
Yeah.
So people get anxious because they can't achieve that. And they get sick because they look at that. They escape from reality, looking at Instagram. And then when they put down the phone, they look around. Oh, fuck.
I'm fucked.
What is my life getting into? I hate my job. I'm not succeeded. I barely have money to eat.
It's bad.
So people look at that and they get sick. Depressed and anxious. Because, I need to do something. I need to achieve that.
Yeah.
I need to do that course. I have to go to college again. I have to study this. I have to do that. I have to get this job. The dream job.
Yeah, man.
But then reality hits like a truck, like a fucking train.
Yeah.
On your face.
On your face.
And
yeah, exactly.
And then you get sick. People get anxious and sad and lonely. Depressed. Oh, their relationship so amazing. Do you live with them?
You never know, because they're only gonna show good moments.
Of course.
For sure. No one wanna see they argue about something.
Arguing about who's going to wash the fucking dishes. Who wants to know that?
Oh, that could be funny, man.
But
Rock, paper, scissors, let's go.
But I think that's why people like reality shows like Big Brother.
Yeah.
Because you get to see the insides of people. Because
you
in those,
only good things.
those kind of shows, they enter the house with a persona, but you kind of see it dismantling. That mask starts to melt. And you get to see the transition between the person who entered that persona with who he or she really is.
Yeah.
And then you start to see, oh, that's reality. That's real life. They're not perfect. They're dumb. They shit like I do.
So then you feel better. Kind of.
You feel so much pity about yourself that you like to see those things, so you can point your finger and say, ha! You're just a piece of shit like me. It doesn't matter if you're pretty, if you're rich, if you're going to win or lose.
Yeah.
If you sing well or not, if your political opinion matches or not with mine.
For sure.
You're just a freaking human being.
That's what people don't see.
That's what
you're just a freaking human being. Yeah. That's important.
And I think that's why people should stop using social media and turn off the TV. Go live your life. You're living what you're supposed to live so you can learn and become a better person.
For sure. And by stop it, I think we mean manage, isn't it?
Yes, manage.
Yeah. Just
to clarify.
Yeah.
Don't spend 10 hours a day browsing Instagram and
That's
TikTok.
addiction. We already talked about this. Addiction.
Talking about addiction.
Yeah. But
Ways to escape reality.
Yeah.
That's what addiction is.
But you don't need to go to the mountains and stop your life.
Yeah, that's something else, because before we start recording, we're talking about extremes, and there's a car. Go. So, what was I talking again? I forgot. I lost my line of thought. Yes, we're talking about extremes. If I criticize this particular individual, I'm the extreme opposite, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Right? I remember Hermeticism, when the law of polarity. The axiom says, all extremes touch themselves. So you get to a point you don't know which side I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's very interesting.
It's a very good point.
If you get history, every extreme get to a point you can't differ them.
Yeah.
Let's get a little bit political here. For example, Nazism. No one really knows which side it is. Why do people debate, Nazis were far right? No, Nazis were far left. Why? Because it's so extreme, no one really knows what side it is. What side fucking Hitler was. Because it's so extreme. And everything in life gets like that. For example, you get to a point when, let's say, you have anxiety. You're going to go to gym, right, to manage your anxiety. So it comes to a point you start getting anxious because you want that body. So you stop being anxious with your job, with your life that you don't like, and you start getting anxious because you want that with the objective. Extremes touch themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
For example, this is the concept of yin and yang in Chinese. Let's say an example. Something that's yin, it gets so in, it turns yang. Something that's too yang becomes in because it's movement. For example, if you get an ice cube If you hold it,
Yeah.
it's cold. It gets cold, so cold to the point it burns your hand. It burns. What's burning? Burning is the peak of heat, not the peak of frost.
Yeah.
Of cold.
Yeah, I got you.
It's so yin that it becomes yang. The opposites touch themselves. You can't differ. Is my hand burning because it's too hot or because it's too cold?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Opposites touch themselves. Extremes touch themselves.
Nice.
So that's why you can't just flip the phone, go to the mountains, live with the animals.
Yeah, a
Go-
hermit life and everything.
Go live in a cave.
Yeah.
You know? What's going to happen? You're going to feel so superior to everyone else that uses Instagram that you're going to start to live an anxious life. Because you're going to want to live like cavemen lived.
Interesting.
And you're going to have the same problems with different names, but they're going to be the same.
That happens a lot, doesn't it?
So we have to find balance.
Yeah, sure.
Balance.
That's the thing.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point of everything.
Right? How to end anxiety. You're not going to end it, you're going to manage it. Because ending something is an opposite. So what happens? It turns around. Right?
Yeah.
There's this side, I'm going to see here so the camera frames me. There's here this point and there's this point to the end of the camera. Right, here. Okay? Anxiety, not anxiety. The peak of anxiety, the peak of not having anxiety. And you have to be here. If you're anxious, you're here. You have to manage it so get here, because if you veer too far from here, you start getting anxious back again because you think you're never far enough from anxiety. So you start getting anxious back again, and then all of a sudden you're here, all over again, for other reasons.
Yeah.
The same problem.
It's normal, the nature of the thing. Yeah. You have to find balance on everything.
Balance, because extremes touch themselves.
Extremes touches themselves.
And you won't know because you're so far here, because that you won't know that you're here again. And the same happens that if you go so far from here, all anxiety, if you dive into anxiety,
Yeah.
you go around, I don't care about anything anymore. The complete opposite. And your life loses meaning.
You just switched one thing from another and
get to the same place.
Yeah.
You will get to the same place. Because let's say you're here.
Yeah.
Anxious. I don't care about anything anymore. I looked. But I go to a point, because if I don't care about anything anymore, I will care less and less about anything anymore, then I'll get anxious again. So you get like this ping pong stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Table tennis. Back and forth. And your life will be miserable.
Yeah. It's like people that have mood swings.
Everyone has it.
Yeah.
Everyone has mood swings.
But people have severe mood swings.
What's important about mood swings is that you control it.
Yeah.
You know? You might be having a good day, then you have a flat tire. Of course you're gonna get angry. It's normal.
Yeah, it's normal.
So you
But
find
you
balance.
don't need to explode, you know.
You don't need to ruin your entire day. That's the point.
Understand?
Because sometimes people think, oh, I'm going to be like a monk. Monks don't get pissed. You know, there's that classical picture. There's a monk walking around showing the finger to the guy behind him. A guy dressed like a monk, giving someone the finger. He's a human being.
Yeah.
We're just talking about he's a fucking human being. You get angry. Even Buddha said it's important. Anger is important. Because without anger, you can be assertive. And assertiveness is important for leadership. Buddha said that.
Awesome.
And so that, let's get back to the example. You have nice day, you enter your car to go to work, you have flat tire.
Yeah.
You're gonna get late. It's okay to be pissed, to call names.
Yeah.
But you have call the name, kick the fucking flat, change the tire, enter your car, take a deep breath, follow your day. You don't need to ruin your entire day because of 5 fucking minutes. You know?
Yeah. People do that very often.
Or something makes someone sad about nothing. The entirety of the day will be gray, you know? Everything loses color. No, my life sucks so much. And then they lose the day. No? That's where balance comes in.
Balance. Alright.
So
So I think that's it.
I think that's it because we're going to be too long and we're trying to manage time.
Yeah, this time we are. But okay, anxiety, balance,
Everything
everything.
resumes to balance. So try to live a more balanced life. Oh, I'm anxious. You know, acknowledge it. You know, okay, I'm anxious. Calm down, take a deep breath, go do something else. Try to understand what made me anxious. Oh, but I don't know now. And then you start getting anxious because you want to figure out what made you anxious in the first place. It happens.
Yeah, it happens. I think
A
so.
lot. I see it happening. You know?
Yeah, but after some time, I think that you get to know yourself
And that's the point. Oh, I can't figure out why I got anxious. Oh, then leave it alone.
yeah,
When everything cools down, then got it.
yeah,
You have to pay attention to what triggers your anxiety before you get anxious. That's balance. You know, I can't put out a fire throwing gas in it.
yeah,
If the fire happens again, you know, I put out the fire with water, and then if it lights again, another fire, then I have to find the cause. Why I won't find the cause in the middle of the fire? It has to be put out, then investigate. It's the same principle. Put out your fires.
sorry for that.
Put out your fires completely.
Yeah,
Then investigate. And then you fix them so you don't have another fire. So that's it. That's the
That's it.
lesson.
then everybody's gonna get there.
Yes.
Just take your time, right?
Take your time and calm down.
And here you go, guys.
Ready to wrap up.
Yeah, exactly. Thank
First
you
time
for
I said that.
Yeah, it is. I think so. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe,
And tell me in the comments below, are you anxious?
almost forgot, check out for our Instagrams on the
Yes, on
on the
Instagram
description.
Follow us
And we'll see you in the next one.
week.